Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to say that if we go back to this in history ways, just as far back as 2008, and this cool issue goes back further than 2008, I supported the compromise language, and I supported it because I believe that there was an understanding that the packers and the retailers could accommodate this in a fashion that didn't upset the trade between especially Canada and the United States. I'm sensitive to that. About that time, what we saw happen was when the U.S. dollar was strong and the Canadian dollar was weak, a lot of U.S. capital was invested in Canada to move farrowing of hogs up into Canada for financial reasons and for also disease-free reasons. We had a lot of U.S. capital invested in Canada, and those pigs were coming down as iso-wean pigs and early in their lives and finished out, and of the 6 million that I recall, 4 million were coming into Iowa. I thought we had an accommodation in 2008. I was satisfied with the language, but not with the rules. And so we had the first decision by WTO, and when that happened, there was an opportunity to go back and rewrite the rules, and I was even less satisfied with the second set of rules. So we're at this point now where the WTO has concluded that the United States is guilty of trade protectionism, and these are our best trading partners that we have, and Mr. Costa mentioned them, Canada and Mexico. And so I'm glad we're here today to rectify this situation. The consumers have shown no inclination to prefer any particular kind of labeling, but I can tell you that we had some packers that decided they weren't going to slaughter pigs at all that were born in Canada. We had others that decided we'll do this only on Mondays. That upsets the entire stream, and if it's got the USDA stamp of approval on it, it's good enough for almost every consumer in the United States of America. I would also add that there's no practical way, if you are a supporter of cool, then there's no practical way to restore cool because we're looking at the trade sanctions that are coming our way and the retaliation that have been mentioned here, $1 billion or more, and there's not a way for us to loop this thing back and pick it up. So wherever you were, if you believe that cool was a good idea, and you'd like to find a way to save it or restore it, we're still faced with this WTO decision and the trade sanctions that are out there, and it's a very uncertain world to try to thread our way through to try to restore cool in any way at all. So I believe that our U.S. producers can compete with anyone, and we ought to treat our best trading partners as good as we can. This bill takes a good step in the right direction to